Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about the latitude of acceptance. That is the concept that I chose to talk about and discuss with you guys today. So, the brief overview about the latitude of acceptance is it basically is the level of acceptance that somebody has towards a certain subject. So, for an example, you could take someone's political views and they could have a certain view towards Democrats or Republicans, and then whichever view that they prefer or they stand next to is their preferred term of acceptance, their preferred latitude of acceptance, basically. And within this latitude of acceptance, there is a general area, there's like a range where people accept certain things, but there's one view that they specifically prefer over all the other views. So you could say that someone is 90% Democrat, and that is their true standing, and they believe most of the stuff about Democrats, but there's certain things that they don't believe. That is their true standing, but they will accept and they'll accept most of the other views of Democrats, just not to the extent that they want to. I'll also be talking about some of the advantages that this concept shows, some disadvantages, and some real life applications that I sort of discussed already, but I'll discuss some more. So here we go. So some of the advantages towards the latitude of acceptance is it shows a clear standing that somebody has. It shows a clear stance, what side they're on, or what they generally prefer towards a certain idea or issue that they have. And some of the advantages is that this is pretty predictable. So somebody could basically assume that if somebody is uh, like pro-abortion, like they think that it should be legal and that it's pro-choice, then that means you can basically get an understanding of their some more of their political views, some of their gender views, their equality views, and their just general like life views. So this is pretty predictable when you're trying to like figure somebody out, see what side they're on. And with the latitude of acceptance, you can basically find similar like-minded people with this, and you can give your stance on an issue. And if somebody has the same agreement towards that issue, and they agree with what you're standing by, then you could make friends with somebody, or you can become closer to them, and you can just meet new people and make some more friends. So some disadvantages for this concept is that you'll be facing a lot of judgment from people from the opposite side that don't think the same as you, and people will judge you if you think of one way, or they'll judge you because they think you're wrong because you're thinking opposite of what they believe. And another disadvantage is as well predictability. I know I just said this was an advantage, but it could also be a disadvantage because if somebody makes claims about you and they predict that you think this way or think one way, it could not be true, and some of the things they're saying might not even be true to what you actually believe. And sometimes when people predict and they talk out of their mouths and they lie straight to other people and they say, hey, I think that this person is going to say this or believe in this, even though you've never said that you believed in any of that before. So sometimes this predictability can cause harm. And like I said, it can cause issues with people that don't think the same as you. If somebody is on the opposite, if someone's a Democrat and someone's a Republican, you're obviously probably not going to think the same as each other. So some of this can cause issues, but the latitude of acceptance just shows like where your terms are that you accept like certain issues and what you believe is right. So that's not going to change if you don't agree with somebody else's stance. That's just going to make it harder to relate to those people and to become friends with them because they don't think the same as you. So there actually are a lot of real life applications for this that you might not even think about. It's basically just all down to personal preference and your views on certain things. And basically, the latitude of acceptance is generally on any type of view that you have towards any subject. This could be political views, religion, sexual preference, guns, wage war, race, gender, government, literally any issue that you could think about that somebody could stand one side or another on. You definitely could come up with terms for the latitude of acceptance, and somebody can show where they stand on that issue and what they believe is right and where they think that other people should stand or should not stand. And this always causes debates and arguments, but you could also tend to persuade people into trying to lean towards what you believe. But just to give a couple examples, I've already talked about politics and I've already talked about a few things like abortion, but like I'll talk about sexual preference. So if somebody is gay and they like same sex in their lives, then somebody that doesn't think the same about that is not going to be favorable towards you, and they won't have the same latitude of acceptance as you do. But that doesn't matter because it's your own personal latitude of acceptance, and you think what's right and what you believe was that what is right, and all this you can basically learn where people stand on issues. So basically, the general idea of the latitude of acceptance is to find your stance on issues in the world, and you can use these stances to persuade people to follow in your steps or to avoid others or to just stay neutral on the subject. But all of this just comes down to basically views on any subject that could have different standings. It could be as little as what candy bar do you prefer, but that's life, and it goes in all these different areas, and you can have views on a bunch of different things. So that's why the latitude of acceptance is such a cool concept, and it just shows the people's stances and their ideas and how they're interacting with each other. So thank you. That's been it.